My name is Elaine Mahan and I'm one of the writers of the Grow and Love Religious Education series. When we started off envisaging this series, taking the curriculum that had been written and deciding, okay, well, how will we work this information into a way that's meaningful and intelligible for very small children, we got a sense fairly quickly about what we needed to do in the classroom. Once we'd established that, then we knew that our second job, and an equally important job, was to work out how we would involve parents. How would we bring this, what was originally a curriculum designed for use in school, how would we bring it into the parish? So it was always our design that there would be a parish element to the Grow and Love programme. When we sat down to kind of figure out how we might start with that, second class preparation for the sacraments of reconciliation and Holy Communion was the obvious choice. When we went about designing the Grow and Love in the Parish programme, we knew that we wanted to find a way for children and parents to interact very comfortably with their parish communities. So we needed to find a way where everybody could find their home within the kind of parish and community space. The Mass can be a challenging space for families. It's not always the most child-friendly environment for them. There's something going on up there that perhaps they don't understand and perhaps they don't feel a part of. So we wanted to find ways where, acknowledging that we didn't want to disrupt the integrity of the Mass, we did want to find ways in which children could access different parts of the Mass in a way that was meaningful to them.
So I'm Margarita Bedding and I'm from Newbridge in County Kildare, in St. Conleth's Parish is my home parish. One of the things we have been very keen to do was to find ways of involving schools, parents and children, of course, along with the parish in the preparation for First Communion. In terms of numbers, we would have over 350 children for First Communion every year. People do meet and they do connect and children get to know other children. So there's connections going on there, and it's an opportunity as well as that for parents to connect with us. And one of the things that really goes down very well is the Grow and Love newsletter, but also little gifts that we try to give the children every month. For instance, the month of October, we give them little rosary beads.
So some of the actions that we designed for the children to help them to, first of all, to have a better understanding of the Mass, but also to kind of, feel at home and feel welcome in this environment, was like at the very beginning that they would design, a little tag with their name, and that would be displayed in the church. And when you see children coming and they're looking down a list of names and they want to find their name, if you watch that as an observer, you immediately see the joy in their eye and how they feel part of something. Another little thing is that in January we invite parishes to give the children a little bottle of holy water. And again, a beautiful little small symbol. They're only dying to find someone, something, some animal, some toy to bless with it. So it becomes a very sacred little thing. When we went about designing this programme, what we knew was that we needed to provide faith experiences for children, that they had to be in the church building, that they had to experience that space, that they needed to experience a community of faith.
I became involved in the Grow and Love programme in the parish, simply because it's kind of a community programme as well. We would attend Mass here every Sunday morning.
I became involved in the Grow and Love programme in the parish here for my first child doing his first Holy Communion. It was presented to me as a way of getting parents involved in the First Holy Communion programme. I do think that being involved in the Grow and Love in the parish programme has helped, and it has really enhanced the in-school programme. There's a lot of linkages you can see, even by the way the information is presented, between the book that they use in school and then the folder that they get at the leaflet that they get at the Masses. It certainly gives me an extra tool to make it more personal.
The fact that it all seems the same ties in the school with the communion masses, with the parents, with the community, and I think that really helps, and to see it as one big piece, you know. So you know, even the Grow and Love homework that Ellie would come home with on a Thursday, you know, it's embraced. She knows then it's kind of part of this kind of communion year, and it just ties it all together really, even down to the illustrations on the handout leaflet. She loves the illustrations, loves the colour in aspect on the handouts, and yeah, it's just so interactive. I think a really good part of the programme now is the cutting out of the prayer in the cross template. I think that was a really good addition to the programme.
My name is Philip Lawler. I work in St. Conleth's Parish in Newbridge, and I also have some ministry in Cara Parish and Prosperous Parish. It's a wonderful opportunity to actually get into the classroom. You're going in with the reason of having the Grow and Love programme, and you're meeting the children, you're getting to know the children, you're getting to know the parents after the Mass, so it's just a wonderful, lovely programme. When we have the parents on board, they actually are doing a lot of work for us. Luckily in Cara we have the facility here to have a cup of tea and coffee and some sweets after the Mass for the children. So in that way, the whole gang is coming in after Mass, and again the parents are talking, the children are talking, and the parish pastoral worker, myself, Father Joe, we're getting that opportunity. Generally when the Grow and Love Mass begins, the priest will announce that, you know, today we welcome children who are hoping to celebrate their first Holy Communion later on in the year. So that makes, you know, the wider congregation aware that there is something special happening at this Mass. And there is something very special about, you know, children, breaking open the Word with children. I think all adults really identify, really go back to their youth and what it meant to them at their special time. And the gifts we give out at the end of each Grow and Love Mass, you know, they bring it back. So they're actually creating a prayer space in their homes, which is absolutely wonderful, and it becomes a focal point for prayer, and we really encourage that, and the children love it, and the parents have come back to me too and said, you know, we've actually begun to pray again as a family around our sacred space.
Having the programme, it's like an extra tool that allows me, it gives me a little bit of a structure, because honestly, bringing your child to Mass, praying at home with your child, it's great to have something that is so child friendly, that is interactive, has activities for them to do. It helps the child, and therefore it helps me.
There's so many positives in the programme, but I guess for me my favourite part of it is the interaction of the children during Mass.
I think for the community at large, it is a way of connecting them, or for them to feel connected.
So as well as linking with the work that's being done in school, the Grow and Love in the Parish programme follows the liturgical year. So again, it's not something that impinges on the Mass or tries to have to kind of wedge its way into the Mass, but it's something that very much builds on. You know, generally children enjoy religious education in the classroom. They enjoy the Grow and Love programme. They enjoy the stories, they enjoy the songs. So we feel that if we can give them an experience of that in the parish context, the children will enjoy it, they will participate in it, and that kind of energy and that enthusiasm might pass over to siblings, to family members, and that in some small way we might be able to bring back perhaps some families who, you know, who haven't been as present at the Sunday Mass in recent times.
So I think the Grow and Love programme is a good thing for the children, and I think it gives them, first of all, a sense of their importance in the parish. They're very much the focus of attention.
Oftentimes little children can get quite lost in the liturgy. It is not, you know, designed for children.
For me, one of the highlights of the programme is the fact that the sense of community they get from knowing that their next First Communion Mass is in 3 weeks' time or in 4 weeks' time, knowing that there will be a theme, knowing that they will be involved in the Mass, and knowing that they're going to get another leaflet and more activities to do. It really gives them a sense of continuity.
And albeit it's not part of the programme, but we do a cup of tea here then after both Masses, the Saturday night and the Sunday morning, and we invite people to bring in some baked goods or biscuits, and Father Joe would kind of invite everybody at Mass, not just the kids, the communion kids or their parents. It's everyone, you know, would come in and enjoy a cup of tea, and it's lovely.
So if your parish is interested in taking on this program, it's actually pretty simple to start off. The first thing that you need to do is to kind of establish a small group who will be in charge of kind of coordinating. Then that group comes together with the parish team, and they look through the booklet that comes with the program, and they say, okay, these are the different themes and where would these fit in our parish context. There's 3 elements of the program. There's the newsletters that the children receive, and they focus on kind of whatever that theme is every month. The other element of it is the speaking notes themselves, and there's also notes for the parish newsletter, so how and where could they be incorporated. After that then, you know, the system kind of runs itself. All you need to do really is to invite families to come along, and I suppose the key there is just helping families to understand why that invitation is being issued to them. I think it's actually one of the greatest gifts. You know, we find people who hadn't been involved in the church before, and really it's their children that have led them into community. So I think any parish who takes this on, that's what they'll find, that they'll not only enhance the children's participation in the Mass and their preparation for the sacraments, but in fact that families will find a new meaning in the celebration of the Mass.